Hey guys, I wanted to take a minute and may I give you a compliment? Okay, you are doing an amazing job reading at home with mom and dad, Mimi and Papa, your family, your pets, your stuffed animals, your siblings. And I want you to raise your hand, pat yourself on the back. Thank you for that hard work that you're doing. I love that I still get to read with you and see that great work that you're doing. Since I had a minute, I wanted to take this opportunity to kind of remind ourselves of some of our reading strategies that we use. Now, I think most of us should have this. I nailed one to you that has a copy of our reading strategies on it. I want you to get that out as you're reading to help you remember, what could I use that would help me figure out this word? Even when some of those words seem a little bit tough, I don't want you to ask for help. I want you to solve this problem on your own, because we can absolutely do that. If you've tried many strategies, if you've tried at least 3 strategies and you still can't get the word, absolutely ask for help. But I want you to try to do it on your own. Sound good? Okay. So the first reading strategy we talked about and really helped us in our 1 and 2Y books was using our eagle eye strategy. We were really looking at that picture to help us read those words. Eagle eye strategy is going to be helpful for you as a reader. Always, really. It's telling you, look at the picture, and then it also is kind of putting in a little bit of lips the fish strategy. Lips the fish, make a fish face. I am too, you can't see me. Lips the fish, you want to get your mouth ready to say the first sound in that word. We know our letter sounds. We know our digraphs. So look and see what's happening at the beginning, and at least let's get started in that word. And then what is this? Yes, stretchy snake. We know we're going to stretch out all of those letter sounds and so that we can read that word. Now, after you stretch out that word, you need to go back to the beginning and keep on reading it faster and faster until that word makes sense to you. And then our reading strategy, chunky monkey. We know there are so many word chunks, and you guys are fantastic at finding word chunks that you know, maybe digraphs, maybe you see some power words inside of a word. You're really good at finding even blends and 2 vowels. Chunk that word up so that you can find parts in it that you already know, like in the end of here, they kind of have separated their girl, right? They separated their power word at, and they've done it, and they did our at here, added their M to make the word mat, okay? Don't forget chunky monkey. And that is a tough one because we've learned so many digraphs and vowel patterns, but you guys are doing fantastic. And then next, let's talk about try and lion. Try and lion just means we want to read the sentence and think about, did that make sense? Also, that's kind of why we go to the end of the sentence and we say, hey, let's read it like we've always known it. And then that helps us make sure that that sentence makes sense. And we can kind of use try and lion with Skippy Frog. So if there is a word that seems too tough, what if you're reading by yourself and there's no one there to ask to help you? I'm going to tell you what you're going to do. You're going to, everyone make a jumping motion like a frog. You're going to skip it. You're going to use Skippy Frog, and you're going to skip over that tough word, that tricky word, read to the end of the sentence, and then you're going to go back and try it again using also this try and lion strategy, thinking about what would make sense in that word. So if there's a word too tough, you know, when we read it, the teacher table, we say, you know what, do you want to skip it? Absolutely. We're going to skip right over that word, read to the end, and then we go back and see what makes sense. And last, we talk about Flippy Dolphin. Flippy Dolphin is when we know vowels make more than one sound. All vowels make at least two sounds. Some of them make three. But we want to, if that sound didn't make sense, we want to go back and read it with a different letter sound that we have. The other day, Cannon and I were reading and we saw this word SWAN. And as we were reading it, we tried the first try sound for A. Swan. Now, when I say we, I don't mean we. It was actually Cannon, not me. But I was just on the phone with him. So he was trying swan, swan, swan. And then we kind of talked about, did that make sense? And he said, no, definitely not. So then we tried the next sound we have for A. We know A makes three sounds, A, ah. And so then we tried swain, swain, swain. And that didn't make any sense either. And so we tried another sound for A. And we tried we already tried that one. We tried swan, swan, swan. Oh, and then he also noticed there was a picture on his paper of a swan. And in the book, there was a picture of a swan. So swan matched. He was using his Flippy Dolphin reading strategy to try all of the vowel sounds that he knew. So to recap, don't forget to use these reading strategies when you read. They are, of course, crazy cool, but the reason we did learn them is so that it can help us become better and better readers. So use your eagle eye, checking out that picture to make sure it helps us read the word. Lips the fish, getting our mouth ready for that first sound in the word. Stretchy snake, stretching out all of those sounds in the word and going back to the beginning of the word as many times as we need until we can get that all put together. Chunky monkey, making sure that we look for all the word chunks that we know in that word to help us read it. This is really helpful when we're thinking about digraphs and vowel teams. And then try and lion. We just want to read the sentence and figure out, does it make sense? Skippy frog, jump over those words that are tough. Read to the end of the sentence. We know the end of the sentence is going to have some kind of punctuation. And so we're going to stop and then we'll read it again. And Flippy Dolphin is making sure that we try all of the vowel sounds that we know. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for reading. I am so incredibly, incredibly proud of you in the work that you're doing at home with your families. In fact, go give your mom, dad, Mimi, Papa, Aunt, Uncle, Cousin Joe, Uncle Terry, whoever is helping you while you're at home right now, go give them a big hug and say thank you for being an awesome teacher and a super, super leader. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a great one.